Well, the Zoner file today, I got the PDF. It's in the link below, I think. Yeah. Well, let me see now. Pop it up, and the first words out of Zoner's mouth is, Teresa's dead. And the only way Teresa can be dead is if Kathleen T. Zoner ignores the rapport discrepancies between sets of evidence photos. Yes. She ignores Eric Oze's, millbilly. That guy, first it's Eric Oze's, and it's a bullet hole and the back glass is shot out. Okay? And then Millbilly comes by. Oh, and I'm having this big row with Ali Apperson about the color of the door handles. And while Ali Apperson and I are fighting like freaking married couple, Millbilly walks up and says, yeah, there's a hole in the freaking door, dude. And I'm like, bah! Okay, so then I got this other guy over here, and he says, well, this reflection off the glass doesn't show the emblem on the back window. And I went to the rapports, and you can't see it. It's just, So that throws the glass, the reflection off the glass of the back window, and the whole Millbilly's door handle, driver's side door handle hole. The hole, and not having that, makes this hole in the Eric Oze's back roof strut hole not a bullet hole, because going through the plastic, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's going to shatter the plastic. It has to be drilled or something, but okay. Well, then Millbilly comes by again. He says, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, there's no emblem on the front windshield. Is there supposed to be? Damn, I'm the king of the rapport, yeah. And Millbilly's kicking my ass. Okay. Well, there you go. But the thing here is, now, they shot and that back hole in the roof strut that I know that Eric Oze found, and now we don't have the emblem in the front window, and we don't have the emblem in the front window, and there's no reflection. We should see it. It doesn't matter if there's a reflection back here, because now the bullet went through the glass, shattered the back glass, went through the vehicle and out the front and put a hole in the front windshield, and that windshield's been replaced. And when they replace windshield, are there emblems in the replacement windshield, or are there not? So why would that windshield not have one, period? So if they're replaced and they don't have that in there, then you know that's been replaced. Oh, such goes investigations, huh? You learn something new. Thank you, Eric Oze. Thank you, Mr. Millbilly and Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi. But you know what? For the tinted glass that you can see through the faked Photoshop Tom Pierce photo at Voyager Park, you can see through the windshield. You can see through the privacy glass. You can see the buildings on the other side. You can see through it. But you sure in the hell can't in any of the other photos of the blue RAV4, not the green one. And Zoner is ignoring all of this shit. And yet she knows. She's got the parts breakdown. I gave her that list of all the discrepancies between the individual sets of photos of rappeurs. Okay? There is not one, except maybe the picture of the rapport that was black and white for some reason, that they have on vacation. You know, but other than that, it's all fake. All the rapports are fake, including the one at Voyager Park, exhibit number 1, which there's 2 exhibit number 1s, by the way. See, Kratz showed Pierce the more green one, exhibit 1, and then that went into, because they said, okay, well, we'll get this into evidence, okay? And then he switched it out for a, obviously, bluer exhibit number 1, which presented to court. That's fraud. Because Pierce testified to one piece of paper, one photo, and that photo wasn't used, but yet another one was put in its place. A much bluer rapport was put in its place. And that, I mean, Zona doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit. She's going with Teresa's dead and the same rapport and Stephen Avery's blood's on the dash. That's what she's going with. And that is called being disloyal to your client and waging war, actual war against the Constitution. So what you can say is this: Kathleen T. Zellner, when she filed that document, is waging war against the Constitution of the United States of America, against a fair trial hearing or any other administrative. And it's not fair. Period. And Kathleen T. Zellner is defrauding the court by giving legitimacy to the original fraud to begin with in the first place. She's worse than Kratz. Worse than Kratz. Kratz just tell you, I'm going to put you in prison. Kathleen T. Zellner is saying, I'm going to get you out of prison, but I'm really not going to get you out of prison. See, we're going to go this whole thing, and then finally just say, Zellner couldn't get him out, he's going to stay there forever. That's what she's going after. Why? Because she's ignoring the exculpatory evidence that we, people, have discovered and brought to light. And she's ignoring it. Totally ignoring it. And the court is only going to consider what is put before it. So, Kathleen T. Zellner is withholding all this information. Now we come to Laura Nyrider and Stephen Drizzen. They're going for a pardon for factual innocence. Well, why don't they go for fraud upon the court? Well, what they're doing is they're not bringing exculpatory evidence of the rapports that we brought out in Brendan's. It's all about the confession. It's all about the confession. Nothing about the rapports. Why? Because that would get Stephen on. So they've got to keep all the evidence of the impossibility of this crime actually being committed and not use it for Brendan Dassey's defense and his petitions. See, Kathleen T. Zellner, Laura Nyrider, and Stephen Drizzen are shielding the state somehow from litigation, and basically Stephen A. and Brendan Dassey, if they even get out, are destitute and on the street. Fuck you, have a nice day. See, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to get both sides, trying to get Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey out, and the state's more leaning towards letting them out under the condition that they get out without the possibility of filing this civil litigation suit against the state, and more importantly, that Stephen Avery can't bring back his $36 million lawsuit to defraud upon the court in this case. So, Kathleen T. Zellner, Laura Nyrider, and Stephen Drizzen are in cahoots with the state to defraud Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey, their freedom and their money. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Well, you see, people, it's like this. I have the ability to effect change. Yes, I do. You see, what would happen if all of us people that have the exculpatory evidence to get Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey out of prison and restart the search for Teresa Marie Halbach by proving that Kratz, Spalding, and Gahn did not prove beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt that Teresa Marie Halbach was murdered to begin with. They can't identify a location and they can't identify a body. So we start a class action. Class action, yeah. You see, we, the taxpayers, and the court is operating in our name with our money, and Kathleen T. Zellner is defrauding our court and our judge and our prosecutor. We have a duty and obligation. If they're not going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, then damn right we will. So, contact American Bar Association, start filing against Kathleen T. Zellner, number one, and number two, file with the court. Senator Sheboygan, all right? File with the court your grievances with this case and Kathleen T. Zellner's, and they're going to say, well, you're not party to it, so you ain't got shit to say. Wait a minute. Here's the way it works. You give them money. And once they get the money, you got no say-so over it. It's all theirs. And if we see a crime being committed, such as defrauding our court, we got no standing to say so. Only Stephen Avery, only Brendan Dassey can do that because they're parties to the case. And we just have to stand back and let get Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey to actually do that. Okay, and we got no fucking say so. That's what they're gonna tell us. But you also send it to the police department. The police department is there to send it to Manitowoc Police, Manitowoc County Sheriff. There you go. So you send a copy to Manitowoc County Sheriff. You also send a copy to Wisconsin Department of Justice, Criminal Investigation Division, and send it there. You see, if you're going to fight for Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, you just can't sit back and mumble and grumble and gripe, groan, snivel, and fucking complain between ourselves. Now, we start filing with the court, filing with the state, filing with the county. And it's all Kathleen T. Zellner, Laura Nyrider, and Stephen Dresden's performance in the court of law. They are defrauding the court, and we have them by the ass. Pretty much that's it. And Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, we get out on only two things. One, what they do and what we do. But definitely not what Zellner's doing, Nyrider's doing, nor Dresden's doing. Okay? They're still there, right? So, challenge jurisdiction. That's what you do. Hey, yo, judge, yeah. Kathleen T. Zellner is defrauding you. I think that you need to have an investigation launched on Kathleen T. Zellner, Laura Nyrider, and Stephen Dresden's performance measures as attorneys at law. That's right. And they all should be disbarred, jailed, and fined. And that's justice in America. Well, it's supposed to be justice in America anyway. And then we get this shit on a single. Okay. Well, guess what? Something's coming. I can predict the future. Something's on its way. I can predict the future. I know what's going to happen. And out of left field, nobody's seen it coming. All of a sudden, bam, there it is. And it's going to expose all you people. So, here goes Paul Capalli, you two, you know, you're the ones that are up here, and myself, and a few others. But you better get on my fucking bandwagon, people. You better start saying Teresa hasn't been proved to be dead in a court of law, and never ever say that Stephen Avery's blood is on Teresa Rehalbach's vehicle. As a matter of fact, go into detail why. And I suggest that you do that because I know what's coming. Out of left field, all of a sudden, boom, surprise. Hey, there it goes, Paul Capalli. With all due respect, I highly suggest that you take heed to my warning, because it's coming. I will guarantee you that. It's coming. And you're gonna eat your fucking words. So be careful. What you do between now and then will decide what's gonna happen to your ass. And if you don't come over, and if you don't start saying that Teresa has not been proven dead in a court of law, and you don't start saying the reason why Stephen Avery's blood cannot possibly be on Teresa Rehalbach's dash, then your ass is grass. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you got subscribers, they'll turn on your ass. Okay? All these people that you've been lying to, turn on your ass. Okay? And you don't want that. Maybe you do. I don't know. But that's what's coming and that's what's going to happen. Just telling you guys, giving you fair warning, straight up. And if Ali Apperson and Laura Keck and Casey Oliver, Mindshock, Fresh Start Monday, you guys, if you don't jump in here and do a disclaimer, you know, and make another video, Teresa Rehalbach's not been proven to be dead in a court of law, Stephen Avery's blood is not on Teresa Rehalbach's vehicle, and why. Those two things, if you don't come out and go do things, yeah, it's going to backlash on your ass. Just telling you, man. Just telling you. Yeah, Ripper, YouTube. Yeah, just telling people. Believe me or you don't. Believe me or you don't. Your ass, not mine.